Kia ora, my stars. I hope you are all well today, and thank you for being patient. As I said yesterday, I was going to be doing this reading on the InvisiKids for you guys, and let's get right into it. This is now Wednesday, the 18th of February, 12 in the afternoon. So here we go. Let me know what you think of the sound and everything else. These are all new devices, so I'm still getting used to it. And as we said yesterday, we had this underlying Eight of Cups card. What does Cups carry? Let's just say with IVF. So let's get into it. And just to recap, remember when I said yesterday, the palace told us, I think that Labour began at 2 p.m. or something on the 6th of May. But there's difference in records that shows 5:26 a.m., a 9-hour difference. No royal doctors wanted to sign off on it. And then also, as I mentioned, that mysterious patient name, S.M. Harrington, that allegedly were in the records. And that also cross-referenced with some strange movements and stuff. Through a basement entrance, no VIP entrances, and then also the very strange flights that sort of like were logged out of an Air Force base. I'm not going to say which Air Force base in the UK, but yes, so there we go. So let's go and have a look here, because remember the words that is in the statutes of the 1700s, I think. And it says, of the body requirement. Of the body requirement. As we all know already. Then, remember, this is all for fun and entertainment purposes only. And there is nothing more to it, and everything is alleged. We are just telling a story, and we are just reading some cards for fun here on this episode. There's also something very strange for me about movements around Frogmore Cottage run about that time, and Portland Hospital basement entrance, and then also the Delaware company that was set up on and about the time, and then there was a certain amount that was paid off or paid over, and those amounts sort of like, I've spoken to some people that's been in processes like this, and that amount could very, very, very well be possible when you start adding up all the medical bills, when you start taking into consideration the NDAs, etc., etc. So there is a lot to it. As per usual, my lemon card spread, we'll have a look and see if there's some underlying energy. And then before I go any further, as you can see, I've got my red on the table. We are officially, and I've got some red here as well, we are officially in the horse of the horse of the year, the year of the fire horse. And to anybody that is celebrating the Lunar New Year, that collides also with the solar eclipse that I've already done a reading on. Link is in somewhere on the screen here. Let's get started, and happy Lunar New Year to everybody. May it be a great, great year, and may everybody who watches this get stinking wealthy and rich. So let's cut. Oh, good heavens alive. How shall we do this? I just jumped. They were clearly ready for talking. I've just got some notes here on the side that I will most probably refer to as we read, if and when they are needed. Let's just have a look here. Who will we talking about? There we go, archetype. Okay, thank you for coming, and thank you for watching. Here we go. Here is the Invisible Boys archetype. There you go, a page. Am I surprised to see the moon? No, I don't think you guys are either. Let me just move this, move it out the way. Justice in reverse. And I just want to shift this up so I don't cut anything off. Let's just move this aside. Okay, this Hermit here, this is the foundation of this reading. You know who this is all about. And it is almost telling me that is sort of like shadow movements here. Playing Cloak and Dagger. If any of you have watched and played Cloak and Dagger or Cluedo or anything in those lines. When we were kids, we were playing Cloak and Dagger. He's relying on stability from something. There is light being shone on certain things. Does this relate to the comings and goings through the basement? And it's telling us that we need to look at it from up high. And is this wand and the support that he had from security detail and from anybody else that was doing the transporting? I'm not saying that this was the family. I'm saying that is people that was close to it, and he could rely on them, because you rely on a stick to walk around, and if you're in the dark sometimes, and if you're going blind, you also need a stick sometimes. This Empress in reverse here, disconnected mother. Disconnected mother. And if you have a look here, with it being in reverse, doesn't that almost look like a moon bump? There it doesn't look like one, but it could also look like a moon bump that is shifted down to the knees. This is not traditional motherhood. This is a performance versus reality. This is performance versus reality. She thought she was going to be the little star. She thought she was going to be the little star. And if we look at these two cards here, look at the words SM Harrington. Harrington. S for success. And M for nutmeg. SM Harrington. What is the child called? Harrison. Do we see? I'm just going on what is in public record. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's have a look here. This Page of Pentacles here. This is definitely Mr. Archibald. And if I'm correct, leave a comment if I'm correct or if I'm off the mark. But I think that 6 fell on a Monday. The day of the moon. What have we got here? Moon bump, day of the moon. This is the cheerful young, and we are being presented with something. We are presented with a shiny little object in front of us. But it also shows me that there was money. There was money involved regarding this. And I don't think this is much newer than what other readers has said over a period of time. But this to me is just like confirmation of this. And it's almost like it is, I don't know, what can I say? You know what? This almost reminds me of a little bit of a placeholder. The shining crown on top of titles. Because titles are placeholders. Names are biological. I don't know why that came to me. Names are biological. And that also could explain why the non-traditional mother had a change with the birth certificates that was altered in June or July, I think. Let me just go through my head here. I think it was done. And that could also, and that is public knowledge, that the records were changed to Her Royal Highness and not just her name. And could that explain why there was a delay with passports maybe as well? Okay. The moon card. The moon card here. Just want to have a look. That date is now bugging me. I did write it down. I think it was the 5th of June. I think it was the 5th of June. Okay, so let's move on. The moon. This again, illusions, delusions, a ghost manifestation. Illusions about flights that weren't tailed and didn't have their tail numbers. The strange flights. The illusion that was created with the timelines. The illusions that were given during the announcement that Harrison made. Not Harrison, I mean the Hermit made. Because all our distraction is here. And do we see? We're not noticing the creature coming out of the swamp. And I'm just looking at this. I've never looked at this before. But doesn't these little star thingies in the background here look like something that goes into a special type of tube that helps with the process? I've never looked at them like that before, but now they just suddenly stand out to me, and you'll probably never look at it the same, but these definitely look like little things that goes in tubes. Justice in reverse. It shows me there's these legal issues here. Because here, and there's a red warning. It's a red warning for us. And it's pointing to something. And you've got the royal family behind there. They are held in the dark behind the curtain. Is this what it's telling me? The family. But could it also relate to the birth certificates and the birth announcement not being signed by the surgeons, the royal surgeons, the sword, surgery, royal surgeons? Is it a bit of a stretch? Did they know something? Did they know that they are not going to put their names and their signatures to that because they knew what was going on behind the drapes of the hospital? Interesting positioning there. Let's have a look. Again, there we go. Again. Why do these cards keep showing up? The Seven of Swords just directly under the Empress. I'm not saying she is an Empress. I'm just using the archetype of a non-conventional mother, a non-conventional birth. Because upright, it's fertile. Other way around, I would say, is infertile. But we're being distracted here. And again, there is a red warning. Again, it's telling me that we are being distracted. What we are being told in public is completely different to what's happening in the background. And there's people in the background that know what is going on here. This almost tells me that if you know history, medieval times, royal family, we are stealing from the royal family. We are stealing from the lineage. We want to take, but there is a trail there. Something was left behind, legally, medically. Does the security detail feature in the background? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's just for fun and entertainment purposes. The Chariot. The William energy. But I'm not going to say it was William or William knows anything. You might know. This is, you can see it both sides again. What we know and what we don't know. And look here, this little sign here. If you grew up in the era that I grew up, you remember the spin tops that we used to have and play with on the playground as kids? We are being spun a story. And that little story is running on a very fine tip, and it's getting very, very wobbly. Very wobbly. There's movement happening here as well. And is there some legal stuff happening in the background? Because from a legal perspective, an administrative perspective, it's going to be extremely difficult to get the children to move. Is that why he was trying to hold on to property in the UK? We're stuck in the middle. And it's also telling me that the children are stuck in the middle. But Harry's got 1 foot here and 1 foot there. But he's in limbo. He can't really go back to there or there. He can't go back to the west or the eastern side. Again, money. Earthly stuff. And that ties in with the energy of the child as well. Look, money again. This could also show me that it's got something to do with those passports and the delay in it. The passports were hung in limbo. And why did they be hung in limbo? Because of that Delaware company, allegedly. Because the Delaware company, the LLC, cannot provide what the UK government was asking. The LLC cannot provide biological DNA proof. And that's why we were hung and stuck in limbo. But a line was drawn. And it cost them money to circumnavigate that. It cost them money. And they used the Crown's influence. 3 of Cups in reverse. Oh boy, here we go. 3 of Cups. What do cups carry? This shows me it's the spillage. It's the transfer. A third party involved. Big red flag. Look here, there's a third party involved. And this allegedly wants to tell me, my cards are telling me, and my guides are telling me, that this ties in with the knot of the body. But through a gestational carrier. Doesn't that look like her? Could this be the carrier? And could that be the doctor? Because if you have a look here, the doctor here, what I call the doctor, is carrying fruits of harvest in the one hand. She's carrying what goes into the cups. The wine that goes into the cups. The wine that goes into the cups. But the story can't carry on for longer. There is going to be an outcome. Something is going to come and bring them crashing down with regards to those children. And it's not going to be the crown. Because the crown's foundations are still stable. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be fireworks if those alleged files come out from Delaware and the High Courts. And this tower is going to bring the whole line of succession here down. Here we go. It cost them money. Redhead had to beg for money from someone to pay someone. But also, we are only being told little snippets, little bits. And something is held back. I almost want to say, if the money dries up here, and if money dries up here, it's going to bring them a crash. And this could potentially also refer back to that reading that I did, where I referred to the beige uniform or the beige outfit on the What Are They Hiding video. I'll link it up here. Is this, take this, you stay on your knees, keep quiet so we can move on, because again a line was drawn by the castle. Underlying energy. Let's have a look here. Underlying energy. Let me just cover this up. Look at all the red here. There was red there as well. The cards are definitely telling us that we need to look, and it is definitely what is causing the issue. But there is now other leverage that has been found on the beige closed ones. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. That was just my insurance company wanting to find out if everything is now sorted. Where was I? Yes. We are just being given little tidbits here, warnings, but we will never really know the full truth because the secret will be held. And if you look here as well, the Chariot and the High Priestess, and then the Moon. And look here how they all tie into the darkness, all ties into the left of the deck. But a decision has been made. No more. But we're not allowed seeing the full picture here. We don't see what all the legalities are as us as the public. But a line again was drawn. But forever and a day will they be tied by contracts. Forever and a day will they be tied to this lie. But this lie is going to leave them out in the cold. And it's going to lead to their demise. And that is why we are looking at plans from California towards the east to the Portuguese ships. Sorry again about that. That was just my people phoning me to tell me that my laptop is ready. So sorry about that. Okay, and don't these remind you a little bit of Portuguese ships as well, or British ships? So there we go. And that is the beginning of new opportunities here. And again, a young person has shown up here. So in conclusion, my friends, yes, according to my cards, all the speculation, all the online comments that's out there are correct. And I am just going to quickly have a look here. I'm just pulling out the Mystical Medley deck here. Oh, I've got something on. Oh, come on. So I'm stuck. Just getting the Mystical Medley out. And I am just going to see if they've got any last message. Mystical Medley, any last message for me on the children or Harry or anything? Just please give me, I want it to come out. 5 of Wands. There's still a battle going on. We are being confused. We don't know which ball to go for. We've got all our bats out and we are trying to find out which is the right ball that we need to do. But the balls have been caught. Somebody's balls are in the glove and being held very, very tightly. But we are still very confused. We don't know what's going on. Let's have a look here. Oh, that one also dropped out. Thank you. There we go. The Hermit is stressing. He's hoping for a little star to come down and save him. One last message. Sad squirrel. And there we go. There's the Emperor. And what's this card here? 3 of Wands. Now I've got the 3 of Wands in reverse. Currently, there's no way to move. There's too much going on. He can't move because of legalities with the Page of Pentacles. Page again. It's all about the 2 children. It's all about the 2 children, and that's why he can't move yet. And there we go. And the Chariot is right there, trying to prevent the Towers from leaning over too far. King of Cups. We're looking at the situation and we are going to come to a conclusion at some point or the other. And things are starting to happen. The witch is going to be put on her broom and sent off. But we're going to see some fast action. 2 of Wands. This way or that way. This way or that way. And if you look here, normally on world globes, you'll see the Americas. But look here. We are seeing the European continent and Africa. Some secrets will come out. Some secrets will come out, but it will be confusing. Knight of Wands. There you go. This fiery horse needs to tame his temper. Needs his neck wound in. Because the country that is close to that, those little triangles there, was part of negotiations. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Need I say anything more? One last card. It's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, but it is coming to an end. And that, my friends, is this reading. And then, as promised, I am going to do the reading on the islands this afternoon. I just need to shoot off to go and pick up my new laptop, but I will speak to all of you very, very soon. and you have a lovely, lovely day from wherever you might be watching. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you, and I see you. Do leave a comment. Bye-bye.